We're on the set of the opera Yevgeni Onegin, one of the flagship repertoire shows of the Moscow Bolshoi Theatre, which is performing for the first time ever in Israel. Bringing over 300 artists from the Bolshoi to perform in Tel Aviv has been quite the undertaking, admits the opera's manager Hannah Munitz. However, to have the Bolshoi come for the first time to Israel to sold-out performances was well worth the effort.
It's an historic event. When I approached them and I spoke to the Director General of the Bolshoi Opera, he immediately said yes. And immediately we thought about Yevgeni Onegin. Why? Because Yevgeni Onegin is, well, actually it was first done in St. Petersburg, but it's a Russian opera with the Russian heritage, with the Russian best writer and musician, Pushkin and Tchaikovsky. So it was very obvious that we will do it here.
For soprano Tatiana Monogorova, it is the second time in Israel, but the first time she's actually performing at the Israeli Opera House.
Tel Aviv,
it's the second time I'm in Tel Aviv and I'm extremely happy. The audience is charming, warm, intelligent, and we are very pleased. Very, very pleased. A beautiful world and a beautiful sea. We are simply charmed by this beauty of these places and the Holy Land. We are very happy and ecstatic that we are here. Thank you, we are very glad. It's a tremendous feeling of happiness, personal and artistically speaking. Therefore, whatever difficulties a person is faced with, he must always thank God that such process exists that allows you to move on, to develop and to constantly keep thinking about it. It's a huge sense of happiness.
Великое счастье.
Munitz claims although the Jewish people don't really have an opera tradition, she and her staff are working overtime to change that.
This country is only 64 years old, and in fact, even before the country was formed, we already had an opera in Israel, but it's not in our tradition like instrumentalists. A Jewish mother will not dream of her son to become an opera singer. She will want him to become an instrumentalist, a violin player, a pianist, but definitely not a singer. But now that we have the opera in Israel, and this became a profession, more and more young people, Israelis, non-Russian necessarily, want to sing because it's a profession. They can come and work in the opera.
Even though the Bolshoi perform in Israel for another 3 weeks, all their performances have been sold out months in advance. But as we just heard, they're promising to bring them back in 2015. For Jane 1, I'm Ron Jacobson at the Israeli Opera House in Tel Aviv.